your person can no longer deny the depth of the emotions they feel for you. For some time now, they have been drawn to you in a way that almost feels overwhelming, as though they are consumed by an invisible thread that pulls them closer and closer. Watching you has felt like more than simple curiosity. To them, it borders on obsession. You occupy their thoughts in moments both quiet and chaotic, and no matter how much they try to distract themselves, you return to their mind again and again. These feelings often carry a sensual intensity that takes them by surprise, leaving them whispering softly to themselves, "She is all mine," as though the very words could tether them to the possibility of you. What they feel is not fleeting, nor is it shallow, it is magnetic, powerful, and undeniable. They are finally ready to surrender to it, to stop fighting against what their heart has been trying to show them all along, that what they feel for you is love. This revelation hasn't come easily. In the past, your person was perceived by others as someone who couldn't be tied down, a player of sorts. They were the type who seemed to thrive on fleeting connections, never truly committing, never allowing themselves to be vulnerable enough to settle into something deeper. Even when they made attempts at relationships, they often came across as detached, distant, and cool, someone who could never quite open up enough to give their whole heart. Genuine emotions always eluded them, and they lived in a space where passion was temporary and affection was shallow. They had never experienced the kind of love that shifts your world, the kind of love that transforms you at your core. At least, not until you entered their life. The moment they met you, something inside them shifted. They may not have realized it right away, but gradually it became clear that you were different. Being around you stirred feelings they didn't know they were capable of experiencing. There was a sudden sense of peace that washed over them, as though they had finally stumbled upon something they had been unknowingly searching for all their life. For once, they weren't restless, they weren't guarded, and they weren't cold. Instead, they felt an overwhelming sense of belonging. With you, they discovered a world where passion wasn't just fleeting desire but something that intertwined with comfort, joy, and emotional depth. You awakened within them the true meaning of love, the kind that goes beyond physical attraction and touches the soul. Your presence brought them a happiness they never thought possible. In you, they see not only love but also passion, companionship, and the possibility of building a life filled with genuine connection. What they feel with you isn't just about romance, it's about finding a home within another person. They realize that what they have with you is rare, something that many spend a lifetime searching for but never find. You are their emotional fulfillment, their safe haven, their reminder that love, in its truest form, exists. And because of this, they can no longer settle for being on the sidelines of your life. They don't want to be ignored, nor do they wish to remain just a friend. That role feels far too small compared to what they feel inside. To them, you are so much more. They see you as someone with whom they want to share their days, their nights, their triumphs, and their struggles. They envision a future where the two of you walk side by side, growing together, creating memories, and building something lasting. The thought of being just another temporary figure in your life is unbearable to them. They want permanence, they want commitment, they want to devote themselves fully to you. This desire marks a turning point for them. Where once they may have run from commitment, now they embrace the idea wholeheartedly. The feelings you have inspired within them have broken down every wall they once built to protect themselves. You've awakened parts of them they didn't believe existed: tenderness, vulnerability, and a willingness to love with their whole heart. For the first time, they aren't afraid of what it means to stay, to commit, to give themselves fully. Instead, they crave it. They are serious about you, serious about making you a central part of their life, serious about building a bond that lasts. In your eyes, they see a future worth fighting for. You are not simply a fleeting attraction or a temporary infatuation, you are the one who changed everything. You are the reason they now believe in love, the reason they have found peace, the reason they have begun to imagine a life filled with true joy. Their feelings for you are not shallow or uncertain, they are deep, powerful, and enduring. They don't want to play games or keep up old patterns. They want you, completely, fully, and without hesitation. So, they stand now at a point of surrender, letting go of fear and embracing what their heart has been telling them from the very beginning. They love you. They need you. And they are ready, more than ever, to step into a future where you are not just someone they long for, but someone they can truly call their own. I'm not really sure why it took me this long to figure things out, but the truth is that I am in love with you. Saying that out loud, or even putting it into words, feels like a weight is being lifted off my chest, because for the longest time I couldn't understand what was going on inside me. I kept questioning myself, second-guessing my own emotions, and trying to rationalize feelings that simply didn't make sense at the time. But now it's clear. I've never experienced this before, never felt anything this deep, this real, or this undeniable. And it's because I've never been in love before. I've never cared enough to allow these feelings to grow for anyone else, but with you, it's different. You've awakened something in me that I didn't even know existed. With you, I feel like I'm discovering a side of myself that I've always wanted to find but never could. You make me want to be better, not for anyone else, not because of what the world expects, but because I truly want to grow for you and for us. You bring out a version of me that I am proud of, a version that feels real, authentic, and alive. I've realized that a big part of what's held me back from expressing this sooner has been my own past, my own insecurities, and the patterns I allowed myself to fall into. Looking back, I see how my actions sometimes made it hard for me to show you how I truly feel. I can admit now that the problem wasn't you, it was me. For too long, I wasn't being honest with myself. I was caught up in appearances, in worrying about what others would say or how certain people in my life would react if I allowed myself to love you openly. I let the voices of others, the judgment of friends, and the fear of being vulnerable cloud my heart. But something changed when I really saw you, not just the surface, not just the image that everyone else sees, but the real you. And once that happened, once I allowed myself to know you deeply, nothing else mattered. The opinions of others, the noise from the outside world, the distractions, they all faded away. You became my clarity, my grounding, and my truth. The way you've shifted my perspective on love and on life itself is something I'll never forget. Before you, I thought love was complicated, messy, and even unnecessary at times. I didn't understand why people would pour so much of themselves into something that often ended in pain. But with you, love isn't a struggle, it's a choice I want to make every single day. It's not about perfection or fairy tales, it's about showing up, being real, and building something meaningful together. With you, I don't feel the need to hide behind walls or masks anymore. I want to stand beside you in honesty, vulnerability, and strength. I don't want to waste time anymore. I don't want to go in circles with arguments that lead nowhere, or fall into back and forth games that only push us apart. I don't want to keep holding back the way I feel out of fear of being hurt or misunderstood. Instead, I want to be consistent with you. I want to be steady and present. I want to replace hesitation with certainty, confusion with clarity, and doubt with reassurance. I know that love requires work, patience, and commitment, but I am willing to put in all of that and more, because you are worth it. What amazes me the most is how natural everything feels with you. You don't demand that I change, yet you inspire me to grow. You don't force me to be anyone other than myself, yet being with you makes me want to become the best version of me. You've taught me that love isn't about losing myself, it's about finding myself more fully while sharing that journey with someone I deeply care about. You've shown me that love doesn't have to be rushed, hidden, or doubted, it can be steady, patient, and true. I realize now that every fear I had, every excuse I made, was just a reflection of my own hesitation. You've been nothing but patient, kind, and real with me, and I can't thank you enough for that. When I step back and look at everything, I see that the person who was holding us back wasn't you, it was me. And admitting that isn't easy, but it's necessary, because honesty is the only way I can move forward with you. I don't want to pretend anymore. I don't want to hide behind my past or let old mistakes dictate the future. What I want is to move forward, with you, hand in hand, openly and authentically. So here I am, finally saying what I should have said a long time ago, I love you. I love who I am when I'm with you. I love the way you challenge me to grow, the way you make me laugh, the way you calm my storms, and the way you make life feel brighter and fuller. I love that with you. Love doesn't feel like a risk but a gift, one that I don't want to take for granted. From this point on, I want to show you, not just tell you, how much you mean to me. I want my actions to reflect the depth of my feelings. I want to be consistent, to show up every day ready to love you in ways both big and small. No more holding back, no more hesitation, no more hiding. Just me, being real with you, and giving you the love you deserve. Because the truth is simple, you've changed me, and I don't ever want to go back to who I was before I knew you. All I want now is to build something lasting with you, something honest, something strong, and something real. Your partner has entered a phase of deep clarity and intention, and their desire to court you is unlike anything you may have expected. They are not in a rush, nor are they careless about the way they approach you. Instead, they have chosen patience as their guiding principle. They understand that a love worth building cannot be rushed, nor can it be forced into existence. This is why they are willing to wait as long as it takes, trusting the process of timing, growth, and healing. You both have been through a long season of separation, and that chapter is slowly coming to its end. The distance, whether emotional or physical, was not without purpose. It allowed space for reflection, for growth, and for both of you to gain a clearer perspective on what this connection means and how to move forward with it. Now, as that distance begins to close, your partner is stepping forward with a sense of quiet determination. Do not expect them to burst in suddenly or recklessly, because that is not who they are. They will not rush in like a fool, making careless declarations without thought. Instead, they are calculating in the best possible way, strategic, intentional, and mindful. They have been watching, studying, and trying to understand you more deeply over time. They recognize that love, especially the kind you share, is complex, layered, and demanding of care. Their approach is one of respect, and in that respect lies their greatest strength. Every step they take towards you is measured, purposeful, and built on a foundation of clarity. They want you to see that they are serious about what you mean to them, and that this is not a fleeting passion but something they intend to nurture for the long term. The history between you both cannot be ignored. This relationship has been anything but dull. It has been exhilarating, passionate, and at times overwhelming. The fire that exists between you is undeniable. It has fueled both the moments of bliss and the heartbreak you've shared. There have been difficulties, misunderstandings, and times when it seemed as if everything would unravel completely. Yet even in the face of that heartbreak, there is a pattern neither of you can deny. Your partner always finds their way back to you. The bond is magnetic, almost fated, and no matter how far either of you wander, the circle always closes, bringing you back into each other's orbit. This cyclical nature of your connection reveals not only the depth of attraction but also the persistence of love that refuses to let go. Your partner, in truth, enjoys the pursuit. The act of moving toward you, of proving themselves worthy of your affection, is part of the thrill for them. This is why you are encouraged not to wait passively for them to arrive. Do not hold your breath, do not pause your own life, and certainly do not diminish your light while waiting. Instead, you are called to continue moving forward in your Empress state of mind. Stand strong in your confidence, in your independence, and in the sovereignty of your spirit. The Empress embodies growth, abundance, and self-assurance, and when you remain in this energy, you not only honor yourself but also inspire your partner to rise to their highest potential. Allow them the joy of the chase, the excitement of winning your trust and affection once more, while you remain steady in your own path. There is humility in your partner now that perhaps was not always present before. Their attraction to you has softened them, humbled them, and opened their eyes to the reality of who you are and what you represent in their life. You are not just another fleeting connection, you are someone who has challenged them, inspired them, and awakened parts of their spirit they did not know were asleep. They are deeply aware of this now, and they want you to know that the clarity they once lacked has finally arrived. They no longer wander aimlessly, unsure of what direction to take. They know what they want, and more importantly, they know it is you. What stands out most is the combination of passion and patience they now embody. Passion drives them to pursue you with intensity, to circle back no matter how far they stray, while patience grounds them, reminding them that lasting love cannot be rushed. This balance of fire and steadiness is what makes their approach different this time. They have learned from the past, from the heartbreaks and mistakes, and they are applying those lessons now. They are not the same person who once faltered or pulled away in confusion. They are wiser, more intentional, and prepared to step forward with maturity. As you move into this new chapter together, remember that your role is not to wait in stillness but to continue living fully, with grace and strength. Let your partner come toward you at their pace, and trust that their actions will align with their words. In the meantime, embody the fullness of who you are. In doing so, you not only honor yourself but also allow your partner to experience the true beauty of what it means to pursue someone who is already whole, already radiant, and already standing strong in their own power. This union, with all its ups and downs, is transforming into something more stable and intentional. Your partner is no longer lost in uncertainty. They see clearly now, they know the direction they want to take, and they are willing to move toward it with patience, humility, and love. The journey may not be fast, but it will be meaningful. In the end, what matters most is not how quickly they arrive, but how deeply and truly they commit when they finally do.